Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about decluttering. It's a very interesting topic, a very prevalent topic here on YouTube as of recently. Decluttering has always been something that you can find on YouTube, but it's become so much more widespread, so much more frequent when you look at beauty videos, and especially this being the spring season, everyone is spring cleaning. What's that show? Is it something Kondo, I think is her name. It's the Spark of Joy lady. Her show has just taken off and everyone just seems to be in this organizing mode, and I think it's wonderful because that leaves me with a whole bunch of videos to watch. I love declutter videos, so I thought it would be fun to do a video about the different types of decluttering, things that I've personally done, things I've seen on YouTube, and if you're in the decluttering mood, maybe you can go about your declutter using one of these strategies. With all of that said, let us get straight into the declutters. The first type of declutter is what I like to call a gradual declutter. People who declutter this way will look at their collection and only take out the items that they are 100% sure they can live without. If they even question something, they are not going to sit there, they're not going to think about it. You just leave it in your collection. Anything questionable, you leave it there, and you make sure by the next declutter that you used it and you've come up with an answer. Is it going to stay? Is it going to go? And usually those of us that do a gradual declutter, we declutter quite frequently throughout the year. This is one of the ways that I personally declutter. I'm not going to sit there, I'm not going to think too hard. If I don't feel like decluttering it, I will leave it there. But again, stressing that you must use it so that you can determine whether or not it's going to stay in your collection by the next declutter. I would say if you are a gradual declutterer, you usually do it about 3 to 4 times in a year. And so you do your decluttering seasonally or just quarterly, however you want to go about it. It's pretty much the same thing. The second type of decluttering is someone who condenses their collection. Now, I broke this off into 2 separate subcategories, and the first one is someone who is trying to make their collection the truest to themselves. And so you look at your collection and you kind of pick and choose what should stay, what should go, and it's only based on the items that you know that you're going to be using. So if you need to sit there and you need to really think, like, I don't really use color. Why the heck do I have these 6 eyeshadow palettes that are majority colors? These need to go. So as you work through the declutter, you're making sure that it's items that you know will be a part of your routine, something that when you look at it, you're not going to second guess it. The second type of condensed decluttering I would categorize as a minimalistic approach. These people are different from someone that's trying to make their makeup collection true to themselves. They are going straight to the basics. They might have 1 or 2 products. That's it for every single makeup category, and they will use those every single day until they are done. Then repurchase that particular item. Now, the difference being that if you have a makeup collection that's true to you, you're still going to have various options. Maybe you have 5 bronzers that you really like and you're going to rotate through them. You're not going to finish them as quickly, or if ever, as someone who's doing it with a minimalistic approach. They have the purpose in mind that I'm going to finish this, I'm going to use it up, and only then will I repurchase another item. The third type of decluttering is what I call the numbers or fraction declutterer. And you would find a lot of this in the title, where you would see declutter, cut my makeup collection in half, or lipstick declutter, got rid of 50 lipsticks. So these people have a goal. They say to themselves, I want to get rid of this many items, and gosh dang it, I'm gonna do it. And a lot of people that do this, it's so much fun to watch them because they're like struggling to meet their number. And I think people that do this, I find that most of them, not all of them, but most of them, they're either trying to get that minimalistic makeup collection down, or they just have a huge makeup collection and it's too overwhelming for them, and they're like, I can't do this. I need to declutter these items. Just watching them, you know, work it out in their brains, it's so much fun to watch. If you're wanting to declutter like a significant number of items, I think that's so much fun to see. The fourth and final makeup declutter is the replacement decluttering. And this is when you take out items with the intention of replacing it with something else. I will probably end up doing this when I go to Sephora. I'm so excited. There are a couple items that I need to replace because either they're old or I just have no real use for them. Actually, no, they're all old, but they're not necessarily items that I want to replace. A couple of them are, but there are a few that I'm wanting to replace with other items that I want to try out. So let's take bronzers, for example. If I'm going to go into my collection and I'm going to declutter 3 items from my bronzer collection, I know in my head that I can go to the store or I can go online, buy 3 products. I don't have to buy all of them, but that's kind of like my limit to replace what I took out. Does that make sense? And I find that people who still aren't necessarily truly decluttering to get rid of items do this. Let's say they still want to have this big collection. They're not too keen on downsizing their collection, but they still don't want to overspend or overdo. So they use the replacement method as a way of kind of suppressing the desire to buy everything that they see or everything that they want. They kind of take out what they don't like and then replace with something else that they want to try. Now this kind of brings me to the whole idea of decluttering. I personally think that decluttering in any form is very healthy when it comes to your makeup collection. One, if you are trying to downsize and are able to let things go even though it's really hard for you, it's a very good life skill, I feel, to be able to do that with everything else in your house, not necessarily just your makeup collection. Hoarding onto things can be a bad thing. I used to be a really bad hoarder. I would hoard every single thing and thought that I would need it in the future. And what you end up having is just a lot of stuff. So getting into the habit of allowing yourself to accept that it's okay to let things go, I think that's healthy. In addition to that, I think if you love makeup and you declutter every now and again, like I mentioned, your makeup collection is going to make you happy because it's what you want it to be. You don't have a bunch of stuff that is just sitting there, even though sometimes that may be the case, but eventually as you declutter, you're always putting things in, taking things out, and making sure that what you have truly has a purpose. And if it doesn't, then that's your like cue. Gotta go. And that's basically it. I thought this would be a fun video to talk about because I've just been so obsessed with declutter videos. It has been my thing. I love watching declutter videos. As I was getting ready, I was watching a declutter video. That's how obsessed I am. And so if you are in the mood to do some decluttering, I hope this helps you out. Maybe you might find a strategy that you want to take as an approach to your decluttering, or you might just want to do a combination of a lot of them. Like I mentioned, I've done 3 of these things. I'm not one to do the numbers game. That's maybe if my collection was still as big as it used to be, I could have done that, but I think it's enough to just kind of like, okay, you can stay, you can go. But thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. If you guys did enjoy it, I hope you decide to click on that red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. If you guys like this makeup look, I went a little crazy with the eyeshadows. I was feeling a little colorful, not crazy, but a little colorful. And so I did have fun creating this look. All the makeup products for this makeup look will be found on Instagram. First link in the description box down below. And yeah, it's a look. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.